Good day, everyone. My name is Sabelo Shope. Welcome again to TIM Group in our video series Thinking with TIM Group. In our video series for this one, we are looking at youth empowerment, and of course, I'm with the one and only Mr. Dlamini.
Thank you, Mr. Hlope, and good day, everyone. This is Thinking with TIM Group. Today, we're looking at an important topic, I believe, once again, in how we can actually get to harness or harvest the demographic dividend. We're looking at something called youth empowerment. And by means of definition, maybe, youth empowerment would be looked at as taking the means through which young people can fast track their own success and putting these means and tools in their own hands so that they are able to take the decisions and to take those actions that will actually make sure that their lives moves from good to better. And so that is what empowerment is. It's just taking the tools and the means to which people can actually fast track their own success and they can become better citizens and putting those tools and means into their own hands.
Your ideas in as far as the whole overall youth empowerment is concerned?
Well, youth empowerment is important, and because, of course, looking at our country and at our continent, we've already said this before, it's a very young population in terms of how our population pyramid is structured. We've got a bulk of the population being young people, and now, being young people, it means that they do not have experience yet. It means that they're still dealing with a lot of fears. It still means that they still need a lot of mentorship. And the role of mentors, I believe, right now can never be overemphasized because we've got a bulk of our population being young people, and two, because at the point where we are as a nation, especially in Swaziland, we were supposed to be reaping the first fruits of our demographic dividend just this year, 2016-2017. We're supposed to be reaping the first fruits, but because we had not put in place all the structures that we needed to put in place, we are still speaking about, thinking about setting them up in place. So now mentors become very, very important because they fast track the whole process, because a mentor will step in where the school has missed it. Sure. A mentor will step in where a child is growing up maybe with a single parent family. So a mentor will come in and fill in that gap. A mentor will come in where the church has missed it. So mentors are very important in the lives of young people. And mentors, I believe, once again, are very important because I believe the most effective way to mentor young people anyways is to mentor them. I usually say that you mentor them in action. Do not just become a formal mentor. Do not become just this person who has meetings with them, but take them places, show them things, let them see you in action in your own business, in your own company, in your own workplace. They learn better that way rather than just sitting over coffee and you know. And we cannot be lacking young people to mentor because they're all over the place. Sure. They're all over the country. I mean, the country is young. The country is full of people who are supposed to mentor. Yeah. Just mentor them.
Yeah, out of 10 people that you'll meet, you'll find like 8 young people. Yeah. Below the ages of 35 years.
We'd rather run out of people who are going to be mentors, but the mentees, exactly, they're all over the place.
Exactly.
But and you can mentor one or two.
And the whole thing is, as a person who is older, you know, the challenge that you have and the challenge that we want to give to you is find someone to mentor. Yeah. Find that young person whom you will be able to direct, because in each and every young person, there's goals in there. Yeah. In each and every young person, if we can be able to realize who these people are and help them, because the role of a mentor is to first and foremost realize that in that young person there is gold. Yeah. And then make sure that you help that young person to realize that for himself. Yes. We will not be having this conversation if it was not for our mentor who saw that within us, that which we could not believe 5 years ago. Yeah. But he kept on saying this stuff to us. He kept on verifying us. He kept on, being our cheerleader. And now we are having this conversation and, talking to those people out there because there is a mentor who saw in us that which we could become. Now, to every leader that we have today, your success, if you do not have a successor, will be failure. Yeah. So everything, your legacy, think about this. You are a CEO, you are a leader, wherever that you are at, you are busy building your legacy. Yeah. The things that you want to be remembered for. But if you do not have a successor, all that you have labored for is in vain because it will die immediately. You go down.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, and speaking about mentorship, maybe, I mean, it's just one of the ways in which we can help young people to move forward. But there's also the issue of, I believe, job shadowing. Sure. we can help young people by this process of job training, whereby you take young people to places where you work. And I think this is important because there are young people in other parts of the country who absolutely have no idea about some career choices that are available out there. Because where they live, where they come from, those career choices are never spoken about. They never exist in their world. But then if you take young people, if you're a lawyer, just show them that being a lawyer does not mean that you're going to be out in court defending maybe people who have been accused of crimes all the time. There's corporate law, there's environmental law, and maybe young people are going to resonate with that, but they're never going to know about these things unless someone takes them to that setting, which is why I always say the best mentoring is mentoring on the ground, is mentoring in action. What's your thoughts about some of these things? Like how are scholarships going to be important in youth empowerment and things like job shadowing?
Sure, definitely. I mean, we've been going with Inyasi construction throughout Southern, from Lavomisa to Mbadlane. I mean, we've been going there just to come closer to these young people, to say Inyasi construction is not just about a construction site, because, I mean, people, when they think construction, they think about digging trenches. They don't know that there are accountants there, people with CAs, there are engineers, there's a CEO. So basically, what we've been doing, it's been great, going back to the people, to the young people where they are at, to say, these are the opportunities that you guys have. But of course, not forgetting just the idea, or rather the point of raise, the point of job shadowing. We are challenging, how about if every company, every CEO, every MD can shadow 2 young people per year? And then you have your senior managers shadowing 2 young people per year. How much impact can that thing have? It's great, because you're not just exposing these young people to what you're doing there, but you are building them you are building their self-confidence, their self-esteem. And there's no price for that. And the results of a child with a big self-esteem, no one can compare. I mean, it's just great, because whatever that young person can be thinking about, he knows. I mean, he's been to the desk of a CEO somewhere, he's been with the MD of some company, or some manager of some company. That will, all these small things, when they are put together in the mind of this young child, it will result in great things.
I mean, speaking of job shadowing and things like this, I mean, it's the experience for the kids, because imagine a kid from Lavomisa has never been inside the office of a CEO. And if by some adventure this kid is taken to the office of the Inyati construction CEO, and think about the stories this kid would be telling to his or her friends going back home, to say, hey, look, I was in the office of the CEO, and then this engineer came with the road to Mbadlane, and I actually saw the road on the map, and the CEO was telling the engineer, what about you put this in here? And then another engineer came and did this, and then the accountant said this is going to cost this much, and the kid was just there. I mean, think about that experience to the kid. I mean, to the CEO, that is nothing. That is what he does every day. To the engineer, that is nothing. To the accountant, that is what he's paid to do every day. But to the kid, that experience, it will stay with him or her for a lifetime. And they'll be telling stories about it back home and inspiring more kids.
In closer, we are challenging each and every one of us. You are an MD, a CEO, a manager, a church leader, a father of another. A father. Just adopt, mentor another child. I mean, we have a community. We are community people here. We know each and every one of us, our struggles. So let's try and mentor. Let's try make sure that you protect your legacy by mentoring your successor.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us in this video, Thinking with TIM Group. See you in the next video.